The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Play action. Now it's Locke. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. A huge play there for Denver. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Locke working out of the gun. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Locke again here on 2nd and 10. Rolling to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gordon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Play action. It's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. It's now 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Wilson. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options. But when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Coleman. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Baron Browning, the one who brought him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. For Drew Lock coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength. And we see why there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help him dig out of this hole.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Now a give right side, Coleman. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On second down, it's Coleman. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. Coleman, the first down and a little extra. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tevin Coleman with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. K.J. Hamler returning it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly...
He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And got his man, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Broncos 17, Jets 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Coleman going to get it again on second down.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Hamler now on the return.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
To throw it is Locke. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Locke now to throw.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And McManus able to put it through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And some space here. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big gain there on 3rd and long. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
And that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 111 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. Right back to Coleman here on first down. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On first down, Coleman. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Throwing is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On third down, Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Being chased out left.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Locke to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Crowder now to return. 54-yard punt, 14 on the return, nets him 40. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run it with Coleman. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the left side with Coleman. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 160 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Now Wilson on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. But sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they hand off to Coleman. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
45. Mike, 45. Watch the slant. Shoot.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown.
66.
It's Coleman here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
But when the ball snapped from the 3 down near the goal line, I think in days gone by, we thought many teams would run the football. But on 3rd down in today's game, I expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
They'll try and run for it. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. The running play does not work from the 5 on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They'll actually throw it with Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And plenty to praise on the play, but this is also a bit of a breakdown defensively because you've got to be right on him when he makes the catch. Otherwise, he has the ability to really make you pay, and he does right there, picking up excellent real estate after the catch.
And that'll carry over the back. Line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here this 4th quarter.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They will run again with Coleman. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Coleman. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. On the ground, it's a handoff to Coleman, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Coleman now. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Wow, 204 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Broncos come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians, as this ball game is now officially over.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Broncos, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Jets, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4.
I shall come forth as pure gold. Have you been tried in the fire? Have you been tried in the fire? Well, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys, got the mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped on Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot.